Welcome to Airborne Flight Training. Coming up on this week's episode, is the pilot shortage finally upon us? New Canadian ULCC pilot training. And United adds Skyborne to Aviate program. Welcome to Airborne Flight Training. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. Is the pilot shortage finally upon us? Airline hopefuls and captains in waiting have some good news, as the long prophesied pilot shortage may actually be upon us. The lingering effects of the post-9/11 slump, retiring baby boomer generation pilots, and a cluster of pandemic-induced early retirements have come together to make qualified, experienced aviators capable of carrier service a precious commodity. For instance, David Neeleman's Breeze Airways has already raised its pay scale after only 7 months of initial operation, boosting first officer pay on the Embraer E190 by 11% to $61 per flight hour. Those lucky enough to upgrade to the A220, although some in the ERJs have said the improvement is debatable, got a 24% increase to $68 per flight hour. Breeze seems happy to reconsider some of the common assumptions about pay, even initiating a program that will see pilots flying the smaller, traditionally lower-paying jets receiving a pay boost in line with seniority, with each A220 pilot hired on also bringing the highest Embraer equivalent to the same base pay. The changes hope to stem the usual habit of continuous upgrades for pilots always looking for better pay, allowing the company to retain experienced ERJ pilots where they're needed most, in the cockpit. Coming up after the break, Sporty's launches CFI portal.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John Kay.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/rusty today for details.
If it looks good, it usually flies good. The Bristol series of aircraft is proof of that. Furthering their legacy of safety and efficiency, Bristol is proud to feature the Rotax 915 IS Turbo in the current lineup of aircraft. The 915 IS Turbo power plant offers more power than ever before in a light sport aircraft. Learn more about Bristol at www.sportflyingusa.com.
Welcome back. Let's take a trip around the patch for some other interesting stories. Sporty's launches CFI portal. Sporty's has made their training management and lesson tracking portal available for flight instructors looking to streamline their educational coursework. The company says that part of their 2022 pilot training platform enhancements will see all their features available free to any active flight instructor, allowing access to lesson plans, flight instructor refresher course, an FAA library, and access to Sporty's pilot training courses. Additionally, CFIs gain access to FAA endorsement templates from first solo to proficiency. The portal even includes a complete flight instructor refresher course. Avfuel announces 2021 scholarship winners. Avfuel Corporation released the names of the 4 winners of its 2021 scholarships, announcing that Kenneth Evers, recipient of the AvTrip Scholarship, would use the $2,000 to become a flight instructor. The other 3 received the Pilot and Training Scholarship, each obtaining up to $1,500 for flight training. Emily Castellucci, Griffin Schaefer, and Aaron Slatton can each pursue educational improvements and enhancements in the field of aviation. National Warbird Operators Conference a month away. The annual National Warbird Operation Conference event brings together Warbird owners, operators, and museum directors to address events facing Warbird owners and to discuss common goals related to the ever-changing economics, operations, and regulations pertaining to flying ex-military aircraft. NWOC focuses on the exchange of ideas and information concerning the safe operation and restoration of Warbird aircraft. This year's conference will be February 24th through 27th, 2022 at the Omni Corpus Christi Hotel in Corpus Christi, Texas. Epic Flight Academy joins United Cadet Program. Epic Flight Academy of Smyrna, Florida has announced its addition to the United Airlines Aviate program. Epic students and flight instructors are now able to build time for their career at the school as they train and work, and eventually move on to United as a first officer once they meet the minimum pilot standards. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. New Canadian ULCC Pilot Training. Canada Jetlines Operations announced its newly granted conditional approval for its flight crew training given by Transport Canada. The Canada Jetlines Pilot Training program will obtain final approval at a later date after the regulator is able to review the training conducted under the program. Quote, "This is an important milestone in the Air Operator Certificate process with Transport Canada. Our first crew will start their pilot training program this month and are scheduled to have completed simulator training in the later part of February," end quote, shares Eddie Doyle, CEO of Canada Jetlines. Quote, "The Airbus 320 is a great aircraft and a pleasure to fly. I haven't flown a commercial aircraft in the last 4 years and I'm a little envious of our pilots going on course," end quote. In-house pilot training is a boon for the all-domestic airline. Jetlines will operate a fleet of Airbus A320-200s throughout Canada as it looks to build its brand as a low-cost carrier in the market. Eddie Doyle, an ERAU grad, hopes that Jetlines can take advantage of the rapidly rebounding passenger travel market, planning on bringing their fleet to 15 A320s by 2025. The first aircraft delivered reached their hands in late December 2021. Coming up after these messages, United adds Skyborne to Aviate program.
At Diamond Aircraft, innovation is in our DNA. Whether you're taking to the skies for training or business travel, every aircraft in Diamond's lineup features innovative technology, an industry-leading safety record, superior performance and efficiency, and a comfortable flying experience. No other company has pioneered as many aviation firsts, achieved more milestones, or received the same amount of industry praise as Diamond. Discover why Diamond Aircraft is one of the most trusted manufacturers in aviation at diamondaircraft.com.
Aviation Safety Resources is disrupting the market for aircraft emergency parachute recovery systems. ASR systems are smaller, lighter weight, and offer longer repack cycles than similar products available in the current market. ASR has a recovery system available for every type of aircraft: sport, experimental, light sport, general aviation, urban air mobility, vertical takeoff and landing, electric propulsion, and unmanned aerial systems. Find the right product for your aircraft at aviationsafetyresources.com.
Pilot Communications USA is proud to introduce our latest headsets, the Carbon A1 Active Noise Reduction and the Carbon P1 Passive Headset. Carbon fiber makes our headsets 30% lighter than others, which significantly reduces pilot fatigue. Our BlueLink hand control unit allows you to connect 2 devices at the same time, and the record out capability can send audio to an onboard camera or digital recorder. Get the headset that's so light you may forget you're wearing one at pilot-usa.com.
Welcome back. United adds Skyborne to Aviate program. Vero Beach, Florida flight school Skyborne is the newest addition to the United Airlines Aviate program, a student pilot to first officer pipeline that sees student pilots through a track from their earliest training days to proper airline employment. Skyborne is a Part 141 FAA-certified flight school. In order to be accepted into the program, students must pass an interview with United. If selected, students obtain a conditional job offer and a United pilot mentor. Once rated, students will, as is common to many flight schools, move on to become flight instructors as they begin working toward the all-important 1,500-hour requirement. Skyborne breaks with convention for flight schools in their offer of a money-back guaranteed for the successful completion of the school selection process and private pilot certificate phase. Lee Woodward, CEO of Skyborne, says the school's addition to the program is a great way for students to streamline their career. Quote, "The United Airlines Aviate program, in partnership with Skyborne, will immerse trainees in airline technique, custom, and practice, equipping graduates with the skills to be truly flight deck ready," end quote. And that's our program for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.